Okay, so starting out, if you'd just like to introduce yourself.
Yeah. So my name is Andrew Shaw, or Shotsy is my nickname. And I'm a psychologist by trade, and I've been doing art and teaching art the last few years.
All right, perfect. So my first question for you is that you can take us back to the beginning and tell us how you first got into painting.
The painting began in the summer of 2020 during COVID. I was bored and flipping through Netflix, and I saw Bob Ross, a season of Bob Ross, whom I had watched way back in the early 1980s. Never really listened to him at the time. Just thought it was very cool. This guy could do a whole painting in 25 minutes. But that really got me. This time I started to pay attention in 2020 and really listening to his philosophy, particularly the one statement he kept making: everybody can paint. And I knew that I had that experience previously, 20 years earlier, with pencil drawing. The same kind of experience of not believing I could do it. Had a very excellent lesson. And it sort of changed my whole sense of self. The same thing happened again 5 years ago.
Okay, great. So who or what inspired you when you were first starting out? And I know you mentioned Bob Ross, but is there anything else you can add there, or anyone else who influences your style?
Yes. A close friend and neighbor, someone named Lee Friedman, actually, was the person who taught me drawing 20 years earlier, really on a dare, because I was 100% convinced as a 40-year-old I could not draw. I had tried. And she said, "Oh no, I can teach you." And we had this argument back and forth. She gave me a lesson that was very surprising to me, how to approach the task. And I really took to it and became very, almost obsessed with pencil drawing for a few years. And then there was the summer 2020. It really was Bob Ross, who inspired me, because of his positive outlook, his joy, and just the belief that anybody can paint. And I took him up on it, and it certainly has grown from that spot.
Okay, so how did your background in psychology influence your path in art?
As a psychologist, one of the things I constantly encounter with my clients is how much fear and anxiety and self-doubt, self-judgment affect people's behavior on a daily basis. People don't try things. They don't believe in themselves. Their anxiety gets in the way. These are all barriers to a maximum functioning. And I have seen that in art, it's very much the same thing. I thought it was natural talent that some people had and some people didn't. Natural talent is a variable. It's a piece of the puzzle. But I think the more significant barriers are psychological in nature. Anxiety and self-doubt. People have beliefs about themselves, often arbitrary, not based on any data, but they hold people back and stop people from even attempting art.
Right. So what's been the hardest part of your own artistic journey?
Well, by nature, I'm a very impatient person. This is how I've lived my life. I'm not good waiting. I like things immediately. So that was the hardest one for me. But pretty quickly, because of the methodology I was originally taught with pencil drawing, and then with painting, I realized how important patience was, that it takes time to get from where you are to where you want to be. And once that really clicked in, I was able to overcome my impatience, at least with art, not necessarily in all other areas of life. But that was the biggest one.
Okay, so kind of branching off of that, have you ever struggled with self-doubt or a creative block, and how did you work through that?
I certainly have struggled with that at different times. Really, it was about persistence, not giving up. I would be working on a painting, and it wasn't going well. I wasn't feeling good about it. I had a lot of doubt. I'll never get where I want to get. But then just not giving up. And I try and tell my students, the biggest blockage to getting where you want is going to be giving up. It's not about some special ability. So I think that persistence was something that I really, really helped me get to where I want.
Okay, great. Well, thank you for answering all those questions. It was great to get to know more about you, and we're excited to continue these series and explore these psychological principles in art more.
Thank you very much. I look forward to it as well.